Thank you very much. And now I will introduce the hosts of our workshop, Erin and Jody.
Doc, thank you.
Jody from Texas.
Hi. So happy to be here in this beautiful city with all my brothers and sisters in recovery.
And Erin, I'm from Oaks, Pennsylvania. And what Jody and I have been working on for the Delegate Training Subcommittee is this workshop on traditions. So it's the first time we've actually put this on. My home group put it on in a 4-hour share a day sort of thing. So we're trying to condense it so we don't know how many of the skits that we're actually going to get through. But we want to make sure we're going to do a couple unhealthy business meeting type skits. And then we're going to make sure that because we have like 4 of them, we may only get to 2 or 3, but we want to make sure we end on the healthy skit. So I know some of you have parts, and hopefully we'll get to all of those parts. So I do want to give a shout out to Oaks for all the work that they've done to help with these skits. What our premise for this is that the more functional our business meetings are, the more we're going to keep our meeting attendance, and the more we're going to motivate people into service because they feel safe and they understand how it works. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that to start. Our purpose being running effective business by focusing on the spiritual principles of the 12 traditions. Business meetings can be loaded with triggers for the adult child. Authority figures and control come quickly to mind. What other reasons have we heard for heading toward the door once they're about to start? Yet, for those that do consistently attend with a sincere desire, even passion for service, what is this that makes business meetings so attractive? One comment that has stayed with me is, this is where the real work begins. You may have heard the slogan, the steps are how we work on our relationship with ourselves, and the traditions are how we work on our relationships with others. Business meetings present an opportunity to see our willingness to live by the spiritual principles of the traditions. In other words, to practice these principles in all of our affairs. If we've been to enough business meetings, we have probably experienced a laundry list of triggers. As adult children, we may be used to doing things ourselves, taking charge to feel a sense of safety or control. We become invested in our way of doing things. When we strive to work for a common good, there may be squabbles about just what that should look like. The possibility to listen with a different set of ears seems foreign, yet that is precisely how we grow spiritually. We let go and let God. We put aside what we think we know or what we believe is best so that we may grow in unity regardless of the perceived outcome. The mission of this presentation is to learn to open ourselves and be guided by spiritual concepts for the greater good of the group and ACA as a whole. We may have been in meetings where it feels like we are just spinning our wheels and going nowhere fast. We want to throw in the towel. We question why we are still sitting here. These emotions, frustration, boredom, anger, are familiar sentiments that in our family of origin or workplaces may have led us to act out. Here in the space of ACA, we can learn to sit with those emotions without letting the emotions dictate the outcome if the meeting is a safe place. Unfortunately, we know some are not. Well, how do we change this dynamic? HOW, honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. In this presentation, we will discuss how our laundry list traits and character defects can get in the way at business meetings, and most importantly, how focusing on the spiritual principles of the traditions can return us to clarity. But what about my laundry list triggers? Our laundry list traits showing up in business meetings stem from mistrust, our overdeveloped sense of responsibility, fear of authority figures, addiction to chaos, being unable to stand up for ourselves, and the character defects that ensue do get in the way of solutions and effective business meetings. In an interview, when we were pulling all this together, we were interviewing some of the different board members and asking them about their experiences that we could share. And one of the comments from an interview with Mary Jo was, "We are not good at confrontation. If you become willing to address conflict, you risk becoming the scapegoat. The old-timer may become vulnerable. The most common laundry list traits that disrupt a business meeting are self-righteous behavior, people-pleasing, fear of authority, fear of anger. We don't like seeing people upset. We become reactive, and our reactive nature misinterprets things." Doesn't this take this back to our initial question? Why do we head to the door when business meetings are about to start? Becoming informed on the traditions, Robert's Rules of Order, how to use the minority opinion, the commitment to service, and the awareness of our triggers and not reacting can lead the way. So let's focus on how our mistrust, enacted through our laundry list traits, interferes, and how our spiritual principles can return us to clarity. And I'm going to turn it over to Jody.
Thanks, Erin. Jody, adult child. So I'm going to read about Tradition 9 from the Big Red Book, page 535, each situation. Many of us arrive in ACA wounded and hurt. We hurt, so we want to hurt others. However, no one has the right to harm anyone in ACA. We must avoid our misguided attempts to recreate our dysfunctional family system through the ACA group. Angry or disruptive members are usually acting out their family role, unknowingly reconstructing their dysfunctional family setting. Some of us can relate to this claim. We realized that our disruptive behavior allowed us to blame the group. We could avoid working on ourselves by blaming group members for imagined wrongs and slights. The tolerance we found in ACA allowed many of us to change. Experience shows that our groups have met these situations without forming special committees. The groups have used common sense and assertiveness to handle each situation.
And I'm going to read from Tradition 12 as Jody's going to prepare to talk about how we handle being triggered in a business meeting. Tradition 12, this is on page 549 of our Big Red Book. And this is what we're going to be thinking about for the business meetings. I often ask myself a question before I speak, especially if my inner child is getting restless and wants to blurt out something. I ask, will what I say promote unity and clarity, or am I using my personality to control or manipulate others? Do I want to do the most good for the most people, or do I want to help only a few or just myself? When I can ask myself these questions, I feel better about what I am doing. I can listen to others without discounting what they say, but I can also state my own opinion.
Thanks, Erin. So, with a show of hands, how many of you have experienced being triggered in a business meeting? Okay, I see that this is unanimous. Everyone experiences their triggers, right? It's just a product of having been raised in a dysfunctional family. So what do? I have some notes to myself. And the first thing to bring our adult self, our true self online, is to notice what's happening. There's a trigger, and there may be a laundry list trait associated with that. So what's the trigger? What are the feelings we're experiencing, right? So there are bodily sensations. Oh, I'm tight. I'm gritting my jaw. My head hurts. My stomach hurts. I want to run away. Do you notice these sensations in your body when you're triggered? Yeah? And everyone may have a specific set of those for themselves. And then we have our emotions. Yes? So, happy, sad, mad, glad, or scared. These are basic emotions. Many other words can be used to describe these emotional states. They're all over our bubbles, right? So noticing the triggers, what I'm feeling physically and what I'm experiencing emotionally. Now, the first thing I encourage everyone to do is breathe. Take a really deep breath. I mean, really bring it into your belly, right? This is to invite our loving parent, our higher power, our adult true self into the discussion, into the room. And then we might consider what laundry list trait may be activated. Perhaps there's a thought I'm thinking when I'm triggered. Me? Oh, I don't matter. I'm not important. You're doing it to me. So what is the laundry list and the thought that you're thinking? And how helpful is that in this meeting? So we want to invite the spiritual principles of the traditions into place. Yes? We might consider the flip side of our laundry list as it relates to our particular laundry list trait trigger. And let's see if I've left anything else out. You all may have your own way of soothing yourself, right, to bring you into a place of calm presence. So we want to cultivate that relaxed true self and have a new set of ears, as Erin mentioned. How? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Does that make sense? Yes. How? H. Honesty. O. Open-mindedness. W. Willingness. Is that useful? Yeah? Wonderful. Back to Erin.
Okay. So we're going to have the people that are in skit number 1. I think there's 2 other people. We can ask them to come up. And as they're coming up, what I'm going to mention is that although we're going to go through a specific, kind of focusing on a specific tradition, if something like this comes up, there may be more than one tradition that we should be following. So just going to kind of give you an introduction to a couple of them. On your handout that you have in front of you, you're going to fold that handout in half. So if you see the traditions, then you're going to fold it in half where it comes back to saying 1, 2, 3. So that all you're seeing on one side is the traditions, and what you're seeing when you fold it is the laundry list traits and the skills that we have there. Okay? That's okay.
Do you understand? I can't hear you.
So I'll take an example. Yeah, let me use yours. So. I do the rest. Okay. Can I show her how we're going to do it? Okay. So.
Yes.
So
at
you're
that line.
You're gonna at the second kind of line. That's where you're gonna fold it. Okay. So this is the traditions, the spiritual principles column, and then when you turn it over, you're just gonna see the 14 laundry list traits. Okay. So that you can just refer to what might be being triggered. So the laundry list trait isn't necessarily referring to the tradition that it's next to. Okay.
That's why we fold it in half, so you have a separate reference. Okay.
So you're going to think about when we're doing these skits, some of the traditions. Number 1, common welfare comes first, unity principle. 2, a loving God as expressed in our group conscience, thinking about humility, collective wisdom. The desire to recover, willingness and equality. Number 5, tradition, our primary purpose. Spiritual quality, cooperation. 10, not to be drawn into what happens outside of the group. So safety, creating a safe and consistent place. And 12, addressing principles over personalities and the spiritual principles, anonymity. Help me discern when I might break my anonymity for a suffering adult child looking for a way out of confusion. So being guided by the spiritual principles is the higher power's presence entering into the discussion, the group conscience. All right, so let's see. We have number 1 ready to go here. We have a chair, we have a secretary, and we have a person named Lee. Are you Lee? You're Lee? Okay, can you come on up with us? Okay. And many of you have bubbles. So as this is going on, you might want to hold up your bubble. Remember that people in the front, they're going to be looking behind you, so you want to make sure they're seeing the right thing that expresses, what you're thinking here. Okay. So this is skit 1. Thinking about tradition 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on ACA unity. But like I said, there could be other traditions that are here. Okay? Here, Chris.
I'm Jody, adult child, and the meeting is called to order. At our last business meeting, a motion was made to now restate the motion. We request a time change from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We decided to delay the vote to this meeting so more members are able to vote. However, I have to say that in the meantime, some other more pressing items have come to my attention. I feel those items are more important and impact the group. So let's discuss those items first. And if we have time, we can revisit the time change vote.
Point of order. We need to stick to our agreed upon agenda. When we do that, we serve the group with respect. And tradition 2, our group purpose states that there's but one ultimate authority. A loving God is expressed in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants. They do not govern. The purpose of the business meeting is to gather the group conscience on an issue by informed ACA members who attend regularly. There are some issues that may be best decided by the entire group, like a change to the agenda, which affects an important voting issue, or time change for the meeting. Tradition 1 underscores the importance of unity. Everyone has the right to express an opinion. We need to encourage participation in business meetings in order to practice our learned recovery tools. I motion to stick to the agreed upon agenda.
I second the motion.
Okay, fine. Let's keep to the agenda and get to the time change issue. Where's Lee?
Chris and Lee talk after the meeting. Oops.
You know, I'm the chair of this meeting. It's my job to run the meeting and maintain order. I don't appreciate Pat stepping all over me, power tripping.
Chris, you know that we are friends, and you know I respect you as a person. But Pat was right. These rules are in place to keep our meeting safe, to make sure one person is not in full control and that others feel they can be heard. Don't forget, we are all here because we were raised in dysfunctional homes. Some of us had a controlling and manipulative parents, and we were told it is not okay to trust, think, feel, and for sure not to speak. These business meetings can trigger us when people begin acting out their unruly traits. We need to work together to make the meeting safe for all of us. Tradition first is all about unity. Our common welfare should come first. Personality recovery depends on ACA unity. It's not about me, but we.
Anonymity means surrendering our ego. Tradition 12 states that this anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities.
Talk.
Do we have any bubbles go up?
Any bubbles? What do we have? I feel that I cannot stand up for myself. Another? I feel unimportant, stressed. I feel that I'm not in control. I feel that I'm in danger, unsafe.
I feel helpless or powerless over here.
Yes. Any more? Yeah. Other people identify with those thought bubbles and feelings? Yes.
So in front of you, you then have the handout, and you would look at the laundry list traits, triggers. And on skit 1, you would go down that column. Were any of those triggered? So if you were really feeling stuck in that trigger, you're going to go through here. You're going to note it. You're going to breathe. You're going to come back to the present moment, okay? And then you're going to take what that trigger was. If it's really bugging you, you're going to take it and talk to a fellow traveler, talk to your sponsor, okay? And then you're going to come back to the moment and think about the spiritual principles of whatever's being discussed, of the tradition that relates here. And so we had tradition 1, unity. Question? Yes.
So the question she asked is, are we supposed to look at the laundry list traits for our personal experience or to identify what you witnessed in us? Yeah. My understanding is that look at your laundry list traits. Look inside you, right? So you can manage your trigger and your presence in the meeting. Does that make sense? Thank you.
You could take this handout to your next business meeting, and they'll all wonder what you're doing.
Was there another question? Thank you, Lotta. So Lotta's experience is that she felt safe because other members in the group, our group conscience, was present. Yeah. Thank you. Another comment, Erin? Do we have time?
While you're doing that, if you want to get another comment, we're
Okay.
on tradition 2. Anybody who's signed up for tradition 2, could you guys come up here? And the other thing that we're going to need is 3 men that happen to be near the front of the room. All we are going to need for you to do is raise your hands. So I'll point when we need men to raise their hands. Any of the men could raise their hand when it's time, but at least 3 men to raise their hands. Okay.
My name is Eva. I'm an adult child. My thought was, why nobody asked what these important things were. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a response to why no one asked what these important things were?
You mean during that skit? Why no one asked for the importance of it? Well, this is the dysfunctional meeting, right? So this is the dysfunctional meeting. At the end of this, we're going to present the same thing in a functional way. Okay?
Perfect question, Eva. Thank you. Tak.
Okay, so this is kind of sort of based on tradition 1, but as you're witnessing this, you might also note that, hey, you're seeing the spiritual principles of another tradition that may apply here. And so you can refer to how that tradition goes in here. So we need a general chair, a narrator. Which one are you?
I'm the chair.
Okay, then I'll be the narrator. We'll hope this goes smoothly enough. Okay. Tradition 2, for our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God as expressed in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants. They do not govern. So setting this scene, this is a regular ACA meeting. There is an even group of women and men here, but when it comes time to share, the general chair keeps picking women to call on and ignoring the men even though they're raising their hands to share. So we have a general chair. Who's our general chair?
The general chair.
You could do it.
General chair needed to be a man. Yes.
Sorry,
General chair
Jody,
needs
you're
to
not
be
a man.
I'm not a man.
Not a man. Jody's not a man.
It's okay. I like being a woman.
I like being a man. Meeting is now open for sharing. Please raise your hand to be called on. People raise their hands.
Hi, I am Rosie, and I'm an adult child.
Hi, Rosie.
Thanks for taking the meeting. I related to the topic as follow. My father has problem with boundaries, and he's trashing my boundaries all the time, asking me what to do, whenever to do, with whom, and so on.
Thank you for sharing, Rosie. All men raise your hands, and the women raise their hands. Men.
Right.
Well, we got lots of men raising, as many men raising as we have women raising. The chair picks another
Hello,
woman.
my name is Maria, and I am an adult child.
Maria.
Thanks for taking this meeting. I relate to the topic in the following way. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Thanks, Maria.
Okay.
Everybody raises their hand. Lots of men raising their hand here.
My name is Bernadette. I am an adult child. Thanks for taking the meeting. And I really.
Wait a minute. Come on. What are you doing?
Give him the mic.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to? This is like crazy, man. You keep
Hold it up.
all the women.
Start again. Hold it up.
You too. What the hell's going on here?
Hey, man, hold the mic up to your mouth.
This is just like when I was home with all my sisters and my mother. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Sit down. I'm leading here, and you need to wait your turn.
Yeah, you better learn how to.
Okay. All right.
But he is right. You should call on the men too.
No, he could call on who he wants. He's the leader.
What? This isn't right.
Let's settle down. I call for a group conscience.
Okay. That was tradition 2.
Bravo.
Thank you, actors and actresses.
Thank you. Talk.
Okay. Were there any laundry list traits triggered during that? Okay. Yeah. What are the bubbles we see?
Okay. What did people experience? What were their triggers? All right. Let's see. I feel that I can't trust myself. Disappointed. I feel that I cannot stand up for myself. Any others? Yeah.
So when you're feeling like some people are more important than other people in the meeting, some people don't matter in the meeting.
I am unimportant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. As one of the characters. Yes. Thank you. So you can check the laundry list trait again to see what was personal for you. Yes? She asked what to do when someone calls for a group conscience and the group doesn't want to.
What, has anybody had that experience? How would anybody speak to that? Yeah. Can we run a mic back?
Do you mind taking this to her? Thank you.
He told me just talk. I found this funny. My name is Berta, and I'm from Sweden. Telephone meeting.
Hi.
Well, I I suppose your question is you wanted to know the situation I was in, yes? I don't remember the details, but someone was the chair of the meeting, and I was feeling uncomfortable about something happening there. And I have just learned about this, that I could call for conscience group, but I didn't know, I just knew that. I didn't know anything else about that. And I asked, we should go for a group conscience. And no one wanted that, because they wanted to share the meeting. That was the important thing. And you wanted to do now or afterwards? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. It's not just once this happened. And people say, I don't want to do it now. The sharing is more important. And okay, let's do it afterwards. And no one stayed afterwards. So that's what the situation I was in. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that also speaks to when enough people don't care about a situation, it's going to fall apart. Things are going to fall apart. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing.
Any other questions, comments about that? You saw that in your meeting. Can you run the mic over here? If so, okay, great. So could you reschedule that situation that was just talked about? Since nobody wanted to stay for that group conscience, at the next meeting, could we say, hey, this is something that happened. We need to talk about it. Let's have a group conscience now. Okay, if nobody's going to stay after, or if you don't have business meetings, because discussion is the key to preventing. Okay. We have someone with the mic there behind you.
Well, this was just actually something about, I just missed having the other laundry list there, because that's what I identify with a lot, where I can get, controlling and angry and try to bully the meeting in the direction. Maybe I'm right, maybe the traditions aren't followed, but those are my triggers, just for a feedback on the format or the thing. Thanks.
Thanks, Letta.
Hi, Daniel, ACA from London. In the meetings I go to, we need someone to second a group conscience proposal. So if someone proposes a group conscience and no one seconds it, then we don't have a group conscience. I'm just relating to the lady who's over there. If no one seconds it, doesn't go to group conscience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what other people do, but
okay, yeah.
Thank you.
And did we have another comment over here?
Yeah, it's been my experience. A lot of people don't understand. Newcomers don't understand about why to hold a group conscience in the first place. So it needs to be clarified, and they're scared to say we need to, they don't understand, one, and then, of course, they're scared to say, I want a group conscience. So,
so these are the solutions, right? Okay, we have one more up here, and then we'll move to the next skit.
Hello, my name is Cora. I'm an adult child. I think some of the problem is when I have been for a while in the fellowship, and often I don't want to say anything because people look at me and I shall give the answer. And if I call for a group confidence, the most people, the newcomer, don't know what that is. So I fast get in the position where I'm the one who knows. And I think the important thing is to learn the fellowship about how to find those information. And I know a lot of them is in the Big Red Book, or in the Big Red Book, where you can find how to handle a business meeting, how to make a group confidence. What's that? Consent, sorry. Yes, so it's also about information, how to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll do one interjection there. What I hear you speaking to, Cara, is that what we talked about, the comment that when we interviewed Mary Jo, that the old-timer often gets scapegoated,
Yes, and just to reiterate what I heard you share is that our big red book is our reference manual. Most questions we have can be the answers, the solution to those can be found. So read it, study it, use it as the resource that it is. Thank you.
So we'll have people for Tradition 9 skit come on up. And so while they're doing that, we were just referring to what was said here about the old timer often gets scapegoated. And this is why it's so important. Like for me in my meeting, I have the most time. But I don't see that as, that's great for me. I can tell everybody how things work. My responsibility is to get other people knowing how it works, because otherwise I become the people that people don't like, right? I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that. So, we want to educate other people so that we can step back, and it's the meeting, it's the unity, it's the cooperation.
Another thing that makes it especially difficult for us as adult children is that we're afraid of conflict, and I know I go to, it's my problem. There's something wrong with me. Who am I? Again, laundry list traits. And we learn and we practice to feel and to trust and to talk. So the discomfort that I experience in my business meetings is that place where my spiritual growth and recovery to be my true self can happen, and I have to lean into it gently. Thanks.
Okay, so we have a narrator. We need a chairperson. Oh, yeah, I know it did. I was trying to get this together.
I'm the narrator. No, I'm the chairperson.
The narrator, we have a chairperson. Yeah. We have somebody named Jim. You're Jim? Okay. Me, Chris. Great. Harriet. Okay. And Margaret.
Everyone present and accounted for.
You're Margaret?
No. No, okay. I'm several other people. Yay.
Okay, great. Okay, narrator.
Okay. So ACA, as such, ought never be organized. This is Tradition 9. But we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. The meeting is in progress. The chairperson restates a motion that has been made by a member. Chairperson. A motion has been made to address safety concerns of a member who has been using the group as a dating service. Is there a second?
My name is Jim. I will second that.
Okay. Let's open this motion to discussion. Would you like to speak to this motion, Erin?
Yes. A particular person has been offering hugs to opposite-sex newcomers, yet never to their own gender. This person runs right over to the newcomers of the opposite sex who do not know how to set boundaries yet, then asks them for coffee after the meeting. This person uses the phone list to date newcomers who then do not return to the meetings. I'm aware of 2 people this has happened to who will not return to any ACA meetings for fear of running into this person. I think that a committee would set rules and prevent this predatory behavior.
Chris, we don't have any control over what people do before, during, or after the meetings.
If these people, I'm Harriet, a recovering adult child. If these people are hugging or going out together, they must want to, or they're bringing it on themselves.
Laurie?
I have never heard of that happening before. No one has asked me out.
I like hugs. We have to get used to accepting hugs. Otherwise, people have to just say no. How are we going to make these people follow the rules?
You guys are all on the other side of the laundry list. You're blaming the victims here and saying people do not have options whether or not to be hugged. We all have a responsibility to keep the room safe. This makes me sick. What is wrong with you? I say we kick this person out now.
End of skit. Thought bubbles? Triggers? Huh? No one has any feelings around this? Or thoughts? We numb? Thank you. I feel that I cannot stand up for myself. Anybody? Yeah. Anxious. Overwhelmed. Confused. Any others? Scared. Worried. Yeah.
We don't like conflict, right? Right? So if you have your page in front of you and you're checking off down that column what was triggered for you, and we look back at our laundry list trait, maybe we open up our laundry list workbook, we read about that, we talk to our sponsor about it, we see what belongs to us and what doesn't belong to us. And then we're going to also look at the spiritual principles of the tradition to bring us back into the present moment, be in the meeting, look at solutions. Okay, so this is more something that happened in a meeting that you will then take to a business meeting, right? And talk about the traditions and what the solutions are. Okay, any questions before we do our next skit?
Okay, so the question is, there's a problem in the group, and the group's not solving the problem. So is it appropriate for the group to go to the intergroup, the IG, to ask for support? And is it appropriate for the intergroup to provide the solution? Are there any perspectives on that? Yes.
I'm on intergroup, and yeah, hi. And I'm also the sponsor of a lot of new meeting groups. So guess what? We get questions. So the short answer is support, yes. Sponsoring, yes. Working through what's going on for the individuals and what's in the best interest of the group, Tradition 1. Provide the solution? No.
Right. So is Tradition 5... all groups are, what is it? Autonomous. Where's autonomy? Where's that? 4. Each group is autonomous. Yep. Dominic.
Dominic, ACA from Heidelberg, Germany. Hello. Yeah, I was just was reminded about ask for help always, but yeah, it's also good for the group to go through these processes, or that's my experience, that when I'm in a group and go through processes like that, it's always really great for the group, for the getting together and to grow each member, etc. Thanks.
Thank you, Dominic.
Okay, Tradition 11.
One last comment.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Lotta? So let me see if I understand what you're asking. The group conscience finds a solution. And how is that solution shared with the rest of the meeting group? So I think there are a number of options. And again, each group will decide how it will communicate with the rest of its members. In my experience, we have announcements in our meetings, and we do our best to share what's relevant, and we always announce that we have business meetings and group consciences as regularly as possible with advance notification. So all who want to participate can do so.
As well as your meeting minutes. So after we have a business meeting, our secretary writes up the minutes, and we put them out at the next meeting so that everybody can be aware of, even if they don't go to the business meeting, at least they can see what it's about and know what's happening there, so that when they do have a concern, they realize, hey, there is someplace else I can go.
We also send our business meeting notes to our email or phone list. Some people have Google groups where members can go for latest information.
Just one additional suggestion, if it's appropriate. For instance, we had problem with crosstalk after the meeting. And so group conscience was that they didn't want that to continue. People were feeling unsafe. And so they decided to come up with a phrase about, please remember that the no crosstalk rule still exists after the meeting. Please ask permission, and it's okay to decline permission. And it went right into their preamble script.
Okay. Tradition 11. Let's have our players up here for that. We have the famous person and the famous person's trainer, and I'll just remind them. How do you say? We have no profanity during our meetings. And then we have person 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have all those players up here. 1, 2.
Person 2, Maria.
Person 3.
All
4.
right.
So we need a person 3. Can we have a person 3? You have one line to say.
Yeah. Okay. She's coming.
Person 3. Okay, I need that microphone, the handheld one. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, all right, let's set the scene. Okay, you two are going to be like running up into the center here.
Okay, tradition 11. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, TV, films, and other public media. The scene. This is about a famous person being interviewed and using the ACA name as his sport name. He is a boxer and just won a fight.
You can do it. Come on, baby.
Hey.
Do it. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, Mr. ACA, congratulations. How would you describe winning this fight?
Well, I go back a while. I've been boxing since I was 12 years old, Golden Gloves in Philly. I always had physical stamina and skills, but I had a lot of problems and self-doubt. And I want to thank Adult Children of Alcoholics. Without this program, I would not be anywhere today. I have the confidence to fight now. I specifically want to give a shout out to the Recovering Fellowship Group and everyone who goes there. There is such a great place to be. I hope they are all watching. Thank you to all the attendees there. Let me give them all a shout out. And I want to recognize some of you by name. Johnny Smith. Jennifer Anderson. Hey, sweet thing, Jennifer. All right, Megan Hill, love you, Meg. All right, Paul Jones. Paul Jones.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Hey, we're not done. Hey, come on.
Okay. Can you believe this guy? He is announcing our names and meeting place on the air.
I know, this is not good. My family thinks I know him from my boxing club.
This is bad for me. I could lose clients over this. They won't understand. I'm so embarrassed.
I think it's great. I have a Facebook page, and it's all about my recovery. It lets people know I have changed from an angry person into a loving one.
Newsflash! Mr. ACA has just been arrested for disorderly conduct and harassing a police officer. Thank you. Great acting.
Okay. So, do we notice any triggers? Can we find some traits? Yeah, let's see. We have, I feel inadequate. Yeah. I feel that I cannot stand up for myself. Any others? I feel that I am in danger. Yes. I'm a loser. Anything else? Yeah. I feel victimized. Yeah. I should keep quiet.
Okay, so we've looked at our triggers. We're looking at what belongs to us, what doesn't belong to us. And that's something that we're going to look in our laundry list workbook maybe, talk to our sponsor, talk to a fellow traveler. That's what we're going to do afterwards. But then we're going to come back to either the business meeting with this or take it to a group conscience. What are the traditions that apply here? What are the spiritual principles that we want to bring into this? Tradition 1. Can you say more? Tradition 1, because our common welfare is more important than someone being good at boxing. Yes, clearly this is promotion, not attraction.
I heard someone mention 12. Can you say more about that? Yes, say more, please. Thank you. Any other traditions? Yes, Lotta. 6. Right? An ACA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the ACA name to any related facility or outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. You can start with number 10. No opinion on outside issues. Our name is never drawn into controversy. Very good.
So these are the traditions that we're going to take into the group conscience or the business meeting and give voice to, right? Okay, since we only have 10 minutes left, we're not going to get to our tradition 12, which was principles over personalities. I think what I want to do is I'm just going to read this one out to you guys because I thought it was really, really great, really important. And it's short. And then we're going to go into the healthy meeting one. So tradition 12 skit was anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. See if this skit reminds you of anything, and if you can catch things that are being handled wrong. So Jody's going to play the general chair. I'm going to be the amazing person. Jody's going to play person 1 and person 2. She'll just change her voice.
General Chair, I have asked this person to share her story with us tonight. Let me introduce you to this amazing person.
Thank you, Jody. It's great to share my story. You all really need to be here. You have to read the Big Red Book daily and meditate. I sponsor so many people who need help. Life is very fulfilling, showing them a better way to live. I have been the secretary for 5 years now for this group, and it's so much healthier and well organized. Chairing the meeting should only be done by those of us that have several years of recovery. Otherwise, you can't grow listening to people who are still struggling with character defects. Keep coming back. It works if you work it.
I enjoyed what you shared. I agree. You are amazing.
Person 2.
It's because of you that this meeting continues to function so well. We need more people like you. I would not have done so well if it was not for you. I think that you are the reason that this group feels like my family.
And person 3.
You even go above and beyond by taking service positions for years instead of 1 year. You are the one person that has been here the longest. I'm glad you are also the treasurer. I trust you. You put ACA first in your life. I am glad you spoke today.
Okay, so just being a quickie with that, I'm sure there were lots of bubbles that could go up. And that's a tough one, right? Because there's that person who everybody's saying is better. So how do you go against that, right? Carol? Sounded like a cult, right? Yeah, that'll keep a newcomer around for a while, right? Okay, so we're going to go with our closing skit, the healthy meeting. We have our secretary. Who do we have in this closing skit? Or do we still need to get people on this one? Okay, come on up. You're person 2. We have a person 1. Great. Okay. You're the minority opinion. There is no majority opinion, so I'm not sure where we got that one. Minority opinion. Between us.
Okay, this is about the minority opinion.
Okay, I'm the general chair, and this meeting is called to order. At our last business meeting, a motion was made. I am going to restate this motion. We request a time change from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We decided to delay the vote to this business meeting so that more members would be able to vote. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Tonight we have 20 people present, so let's take a vote. As suggested, I will vote last because I'm the general chair and I don't want to influence other people's votes. So let's see. How many people want this meeting changed? What was your count, Jody?
11.
11 people would like to change the time of the meeting. How many people would not like to? How many people are opposed?
I've counted 9.
9. Okay, so seeing that the majority rules for a time change, we will now invite the minority to speak to their position.
I'm the minority opinion, and I'm opposed to this motion. I'm concerned about losing people in this group based on the results of this vote. Unanimity should be substantial. 2/3 vote to keep our meeting intact. This is the spiritual principle of Tradition 1, unity. The loss of 7th tradition donations could jeopardize our ability to pay rent and cover our expenses. Tradition 7, about service. Understanding that the motion to change the time for the meeting came from a few members' desire to attend a spirituality lecture, which occurs at the same time, at this same location, I would like to state, as per Tradition 10, or singleness of purpose, we have no opinion on outside issues.
Hearing from the minority, does anyone from the majority, the winning side, wish to change their vote?
I'll be
the
majority opinion. Okay, I want to change my vote. These are great points. I didn't think of these traditions when considering the time change. It affects too many people who may not be able to come at 7.
Our secretary? Our secretary speaks. Being from the majority, I second this motion. General chair. Okay, let's take a final vote to reconsider now that the minority has been heard. Meeting time change. How many people would like to change their time?
2 people.
2 people. Okay. And how many people do not want to change the time? How many people are opposed?
18.
18 people now. So the final vote stands, and we keep the same meeting time at 6 o'clock. Person 1 and 2 after the meeting.
I really don't think this. Oh, yeah. I really don't think the 6 o'clock lecture is worthwhile. And come to think of it, I started this ACA meeting. I can't believe my motion wasn't passed.
Person 2. There were only 3 members who cared about going to the lectures. The other 8 members didn't care what time our meeting was. However, 9 of our members came straight from work, and we might lose them. Remember tradition 12, principles over personalities.
Yeah. I guess not everyone cares about a lecture on nutritional healing. Unity must come first.
One more. This shows that a group conscience doesn't work when members don't care or are just people-pleasing the others.
Okay. So that spoke back to the interviews that we did, one with Mary Jo. Group conscience doesn't work when the majority doesn't care or doesn't understand. And in one interview with David McBee, that when we hear the minority opinion, we listen with a different set of ears. We open up our minds and we take it further to really understand what's happening when we vote. Okay? So, how did you guys feel about that one? We got some good thought bubbles out there?
Yeah. I feel important. I can stand up for myself. I feel relieved. Yeah. Any others? I do belong. I am safe. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we're just going to end on a couple little questions here, and we will have these put on a link for you so that you could take these back to your meeting. Questions to ask regarding the effectiveness of a business meeting. Does the meeting flow smoothly? Is discussion kept to the point? Does it take too long to make each decision? Does the leadership determine the outcome of the discussion? And are some people overlooked? Judging the end result of the business meeting, are the people making the decision satisfied with the result? To what degree is the intent of the original proposal accomplished? Are the underlying issues addressed? Is there appropriate use of resources, traditions, concepts, steps, commitment to service? And would the group make the same decision again? Okay. And that's it. Thank you to all our actors and actresses. Jody,
yeah, thank you. And just remember, check your triggers and check your traits. Bring your adult self, loving parent, higher power online. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You have a question?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, actually, the group that made these skits, Recovery Fellowship in Oaks, Pennsylvania in the States, we're actually going to be taking this, make it into a 4-hour workshop that groups can put on, intergroups can put on. So we're going to be formatting that and making it so that anybody can put it on. Yeah.
Same place.
Yeah. They're going to be on acawso.org. The delegate training subcommittee, our section there, that's where we will have them posted. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the other laundry list, that's the other thing we want to add to it. So this is the second time we did it, and we did it much more condensed. So all that feedback we've learned to incorporate. Thank you.
Thank you for your participation, right? That's the key to harmony.
Thank you all for being here. We have to end the workshop now. For anybody who would like to join us, we are a little over time, but we remind ourselves of some of our traditions here. Anonymity, stated in Tradition 12, what you hear here, when you leave here, let it stay here. Tradition 7, we are self-supportive and refrain from outside contributions. We ask that newcomers do not contribute, but instead come back